Hey everybody, so we are about to head to Franklin, Tennessee. We're going to have a birthday meetup. There's 3 of us there, 4 of us there actually, that if Parker shows up, it's just our birthday this week, early this week, or a little bit into next week. So it's going to be me, the Loose Juice, Whiskey Chaser, and Parker the Coyote. All of our birthdays are within about 7 days of each other. So we're going to go down to Jack Daniels Distillery and party up a little bit, or at least make an adulty type tour. All right, we're on our way, so let's go. So for the second weekend in a row, I find myself leaving Memphis, heading towards Nashville. 2 of the things I hate more than anything else: trying to get out of Memphis and heading towards Nashville on 40. But it's for a good cause, and I am the cause. So we're doing a Jack Daniels meetup. We're going to do a tour at Jack Daniels and do a tasting afterwards. We'll do that tomorrow morning. Tonight, a few of us are going to meet up in Franklin, Tennessee at the Jury. Have a few drinks there, courtesy of Jury and their kickback hour, which is actually 2 or 3 hours long, I can't remember, where they give you free drinks and food and snacks. And there's a brewery next door, which I am sure will offer up some fine selections of dinner and beer. Dumb as it sounds, I'm doing it earlier than I did last time, but because last time I left Memphis it was like, what, 4 o'clock, something like that, so rush hour. Now I'm leaving it right after lunch, which should be a little safer. So what, it's 1:15 now, so the road should be a little clear, hopefully everybody's gone back to work now, hadn't decided to take an extended lunch and drive to Nashville like we are. Again, nothing to it but to do it. Let's go. Hey, guess what that is? So there's 2 possibilities what this could be. That could either say live fish, or it could say live fish. The live fish is probably they're doing like restocking. Live fish, maybe it's like a salt life thing. I don't know, like they just really love fishing. Yes, I know what it is, but the possibilities are endless. It's a beautiful day, sun's out, not raining, it's only 87 degrees, vice the 107 I was driving in, well, 7 days ago today, really. Crazy. Looking forward to getting there tonight. I didn't mention also that the Mad Yankee is going to be there. Not his birthday, I think his birthday was a little past, can't remember when. I'm a bad friend, can't remember what his birthday was, but so he'll be there tonight. We're gonna have some fun. I think he'll actually be there before Loose Juice will. So the restaurant next door is just the Granite City Pub. Has very good food, good drinks, great draft beer. They have a little microbrewery inside the place, so you can try a lot of different kinds of brews. So looking forward to that. It's gonna be a good time. And obviously there's free drinks and chicken nuggies at the Jury counter. So on our way, boys, let's go. And girls can come too. Those of you with a keen eye probably also noticed I'm wearing my new denim and leather Indy Ridge gloves. The black ones I have not got yet. These are the blue denim black leather, which I love. BT Dubs. The touchscreen fingers work really well. I like them. Very good improvements on these gloves, except for one thing. There needs to be a patch right here where you can reach up and scratch your nose. There needs to be like an abrasive pad, because like you get on these long trips, wind's whipping just right inside your helmet, your skin starts vibrating, and all of a sudden you get these bad itches. There has been some discussion in the forum what causes this, but no matter what causes it, there are a few things that will prevent it. One of them is a nose strip that'll hold your nose in place and won't let it like vibrate and whip around. The other one is wearing sunglasses under your helmet. That will keep your nose from itching. However.com, I hate wearing any kind of glasses under these helmets. That's why I use the helmet that has the drop-down tinted visor inside it, because I just can't stand something pressing inside of my head along with the helmet. I've tried thinner glass legs. I have tried the helmets that have the little channels in them. I just don't like the feeling. So we have, let's see, we're gonna stop for lunch in Jackson. We might still do that. That way, by the time we get to the jury tonight, by the time we get our stuff put away, we can eat again. Plan around your food. Always plan to eat on trips. If you don't, it leads to bad things. It leads to hypoglycemia, leads to anger, leads to your brain just stops working. So never miss a chance to eat. That's my one rule in life. I may forget a lot of things. I never forget to eat, because that takes a special kind of stupid. Hey guys, so we decided to stop. We're ahead of schedule anyway, it's so early, so we're gonna stop and have us some delicious grub. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. And we may get a mocha cappuccino before we leave. They have a frozen one, so I'm gonna go. Am I gonna go? I might get one, because it sounds really good, and I need the caffeine. All right, we'll get back on the road in a minute. So despite the bad drivers and the unfinished roads, this is actually a really beautiful stretch to ride. Even though the 18-wheelers slow you down a little bit. I had a lot of people comment in my last video that when I was coming back from Fort Campbell, coming out of this part of Jackson at night, that it was too dark. Don't like driving like that. Can't stand nighttime highway driving. I actually like nighttime highway driving. It's very calm and soothing. The good thing about that is with headlights on, people can see you and you can see them, so nobody's gonna like zoom up on you from behind and you not know they're there. I think your nighttime DUI incident is probably greater, but still, I like driving at night on empty roads, at least. Yankee was only an hour away when I looked at the phone while we were at Dairy Queen, so he will probably beat us there by about 15 minutes probably. I'm sure I'm freaking out some of these drivers by being really close to the 18-wheelers and sucking that dotted line, but that's how you maintain your dominance. When you're small and everybody else, you just gotta act crazier than everybody else. All right, let's get to the hotel. So we're dropping into the Tennessee River Valley now. Can't remember what the name of this river is. Oh yeah, Tennessee River. This is one of those places that I wish I wasn't just trying to get to somewhere, because it's far enough away from home where I can't go just like hang out for a few hours on the weekend. But it's on the way to just about everything I want to do. So I see it a lot. It's gorgeous. Kind of reminds me of Louisiana, where I grew up. All the backwaters and the swamps and the bayous. People will be getting out of work here soon, so we might catch some of the Nashville traffic. Even though we're not going to go through Nashville, we're going to get to like right short 30 miles of Nashville, and then turn off and head towards Franklin. So hopefully we'll miss most of the crazy traffic. But I think also that area is also industrial, where a lot of businesses, plants are that people from Nashville go to. So we'll probably catch a lot of traffic. So see you soon. Can't tell you how many times I have checked the weather report in the last 2 days for just this. And it has been clear, sun, not even a cloud in the forecast. And yet, when I take the road, for any reason that I plan on meeting people, this. Hey, if you haven't seen the channel before, welcome to Rainy Rider, because it's gonna rain. That's my promise to you. You've never been here before? That's how I got the name for the channel. Hey, that's fine. It's almost 90 degrees. Might as well rain, right? Luckily, we're on the way to the hotel. Sorry, guys. Well, yeah, I know Yankee's probably, hopefully, already in his hotel room by now. And then Juice, I believe, is in his truck. Pretty sure he is. He was going to try to take another bike if he could swing it, but I don't think he had really thought he could swing that. Of course, it's raining, so all the traffic's going to slow down, because that's how it works. If I remember right, last time this happened, it also was at this point. It must be a magical... Maybe it's just, you know, Franklin, Tennessee telling me, welcome to Tennessee. Give me that invigorating baptismal. I'm going to slide it in wet and rain mode because apparently slightly wet. Looks like we might pass through it pretty quick. Hopefully. And I'm pretty sure that's what it did last time too. It just got us just wet enough to get us wet. And then it went away. Here's your warning. If you want to live adventure, get out and ride in some rain, make plans to go riding with me. Because I'll just about promise you, if there was a way I could hashtag vocally, I would hashtag Road Warrior Moto right now. Because she pretty much gives the same guarantee. It's gonna rain. Plan on it. You've been warned. No one told you any different. I would never tell you any different. If you ask me, hey Rainy, if we go on a ride together, will it rain? I will say yes. Yes, I would never lie to you. Me and Road Warrior Moto though have come to the conclusion, if we ever ride together, pretty much our whole riding party will be washed off the road by a tsunami. We're gonna have to find out. Nicole, let's do a ride. We were kind of joking in the Discord the other day that for the next bro on the East Coast, we're gonna ride somewhere and not go to the bro. We're gonna have a dude camp out and call it bruh. Bros ride out up to the hills, bruh. I guess we could also call it dudes ride to New York. Dirtney. No, it doesn't have the same ring. Never mind. Forget I said that. Looks like we might be getting back into some rain. So, yeah, I actually started the camera to tell you that I got through the rain. And it looks like it stopped. And no, look ahead. There's more. But wait, you also get more rain. Stand by. Order now. You'll get rained on twice. Because I'm about to. So there's our hotel. Finally got here. Last time we came it was raining, and when we left the next day and came back it was raining again. So this might be the first time I've ever turned into this hotel where it wasn't raining when I pulled in. So, and then that, if you go down that road more, or actually it's that road over there, you come out at Moonshine Harley Davidson, which I might go to tomorrow if we get back tomorrow night and it's not raining like it was last time we went. It was raining last time we went, but people wanted to go, so we went anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, Moonshine Harley Davidson is down there. And last time I got a shirt, maybe I'll get a shirt this time too. We'll see. So Juice finally made it here. Alex has already been here for a while.
Yeah, that's
so
yeah, definitely.
We're gonna start now. Back later. So we're out here now where it's quieter, and you can see us all.
Yep. Yep. There we go.
Duck down.
If we can get everybody in frame.
All right, we're gonna go into Granite City Brewery. So we're gonna get some beer samples. Get the light back on me. We're gonna get some beer samples and some burgers or something. So who are you from? Where are you from?
Who am I from?
You don't know this. We've already been drinking tonight, but so Juice is with us. Yankee's with us, and so obviously she's still with me. Hi. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna have a good time and enjoy ourselves. And then all the real fun starts tomorrow. So the guys made it. We've been chilling all night. We had some good times last night. Had some food, and yeah, I'm getting the bag roll loader right now. Got to run back in the hotel real quick, and then we'll be on the road very shortly to get our gas, and we'll be on the way. So we're on our way on the birthday trip. Obviously, started out this morning needing gas, but it's only like 60 miles to get there. I got 40 miles left in the tank. We run into a lot of gas stations on this route, a lot of little small towns. So there'll be plenty of time to get gas. But I'm excited. Birthday trip ho. So yeah, Mad Yankee's birthday was a few weeks ago. Justin's birthday was a few days ago. My birthday is today. This is exciting. Whiskey Chaser couldn't join us today. He ended up being tied up with something else. But you're in our thoughts, brother. Wish you could have been here. And then Goon, of course, was supposed to be here, and yeah, that's the military life for you. Things happen. You get called away to do other things, whether it be for friends, family, or country. He's not going to be able to be with us today. But also you're in our thoughts, brother. So, yep, we're going to ride this backcountry road. Looks like it's under construction right now. And maybe it won't be a backcountry road for much longer. Jack Daniels now for the tour, they have slushies. They have Jack and Coke slushies and Lynchburg lemonade slushies. That's gonna be a hard decision. Depends on if I feel thirsty or if I feel parched. If I feel parched, I'm going for that lemonade. If I feel thirsty, well, it could be either one. If I just feel like I want some Jack Daniels, it's gonna be the Jack and Coke. This is the kind of riding I like to do. Backcountry roads, a lot of trees, long swooping curves. It's cool. Still looking for a gas station though. Yeah, I learned from my first Forgotten Angels trip that the reserve on this bike is about 50 miles more than it actually says it is. So we'll get there. All right, we're actually in Lynchburg right now. So whatever you thought of, yeah, this is Metro Lynchburg. So whatever you thought Lynchburg would be like, this is what it's like. There's a town further in. We won't be going through it. First of all, you'll see it later in the video, because after the tour, you walk into town, walk into Lynchburg proper to get souvenirs and food, t-shirts at the Jack Daniels Harley Davidson store, which, by the way, doesn't have any Harleys in it. Just memorabilia. Alright guys, so we're getting into Lynchburg proper now. And if you've ever heard of the house that Jack built, well, this over here, I don't know how well you can see it, but that's the school that Jack Daniels built. No kidding, that's, yeah. Does it have a real name? Yeah, Moore County High School. But yeah, that's the house that Jack Daniels built. And the cool thing about Jack Daniels is there is motorcycle parking right up front for us, because we're special. You know, it's going to be a special place when they just assume that the motorcycle riders need their own parking. And we do, because we're special. We got it like that. Alright guys, welcome to Jack Daniels. Let's take a tour. Yay!
Hey, we made it!
You can tell they have lived here since there was nobody here. They're like, I don't need a blinker. I can just pull out with that car coming.
Blinker.
Speed limit here is still 15 miles an hour, right? I'll just pull out in front of these people. So I guess I should get this before before they leave. I just bumped into this person, and they were about to leave, so I want to make sure I get this on video, because this is a gorgeous Indian trike or Roadmaster. It's freaking gorgeous. Yep, someday, yeah. But probably another 15, 20 years when I just can't sling my leg over, I'll probably get one of these. Until then, that's mine. You excited?
Hell yeah.
You excited?
Hell yeah.
Are you excited?
Woohoo. Watch your step.
Don't die.
I was saying that those steps back there were made extra comfortable by my Indy Ridge boots, Crossfields.
So if you look up the hill right up above here, this is what we call our rick yard. And what we do here is we make charcoal for a process known as charcoal mellowing. Now this is what classifies a whiskey as Tennessee whiskey. So with Tennessee whiskey, there's two things you must do. Number one, you must make your whiskey in the great state of Tennessee. That's a given, right? Number two, you have to use a process that started here, and that's charcoal mellowing. So before our whiskey goes into a barrel, that whiskey will drip drop down through measurements of charcoal. We actually use 10 feet of charcoal for this process, and we make all our charcoal right here out in the open air. So these stacks of wood that you see, those are what we call ricks, one on top of another. That's why we call this the rick yard. We call it how we see it around here, by the way. Now, these two, or these ricks here, we're gonna let them weather outside for 6 months. Then we're gonna take 4 of those ricks at a time and set them underneath the furnace. Now, to start the fire, we have to use the right type of accelerant. Luckily, we make our own here. Yeah, moonshine, straight off the still, is 140 proof, 70% alcohol. Perfect for lighting up a fire. So you guys step right under here with me so you can see what that looks like. Of course, it looks like a big old bonfire once we start it. The other thing I get to do, though, is let y'all know what that moonshine, that lighter fluid, smells like. I cannot spray this in your mouth or in your slushy, so I'm sorry, but don't try. This is something I can do. I can spray it in your hand, and you want to get a good old whiff of it, okay? All right, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go. I'll come back around to y'all in the back. Don't worry, I won't forget you. Ooh. There you go. There you are, sir.
I can lick this right.
There you guys go. When we put that fire out, you have to put it out at the right moment. If you put it out too soon, just going to be a whole bunch of wet, unburnt wood. But of course, if we let this burn too long, it would turn to ashes. Luckily, we got 2 guys, Darren and Tracy. These guys have been here for about 20 years. They know exactly when to put that fire out. So when they put the fire out, the pieces of the charcoal are going to be anywhere from this large to this big. Now, this is way too much surface area for our whiskey. Like I said, we're going to stack this 10 feet tall. But we want these pieces to be much smaller so that whiskey can just meander on down through there, mellow through the charcoal. So we'll take this charcoal once it's completely cooled into a building right over there, peeking through the window. In that building we have a large grinder, and we're going to grind it down until it's about the size of a pea or a bean is what we're going for. So somewhere from that size to about this size, maybe even a little smaller. That's so when we stack this 10 feet tall, like I said, that whiskey will just drip drop down through there. Now this is a miniature version of our vats. We're going to see the actual vats where the mellowing is happening. We have vats that are 14 feet tall. We put 10 feet of charcoal in each of them, and then your whiskey just drip drops down through there. Now 1 drop of whiskey takes about 2 to 3 days to get from the top all the way down to the bottom. Now this could also be known as charcoal filtering, okay? Your water filter at home uses charcoal to filter your water. And what this does to our whiskey, it makes it taste nice and smooth. And the thing about us down here in Tennessee, we love a smooth whiskey, that's for sure. That's what we're all about. So this is the process that enables that. Now we don't know who started this, but this process of mellowing whiskey through charcoal before it entered into the barrel started in this area. This area used to be known as Lincoln County, Tennessee, and we had over a dozen distilleries here. Every single distiller decided to adopt this. But like I said, we don't know who came up with it. But this is what makes your Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. You see, if we skip this process, it would actually be bourbon whiskey, as we were just talking about. So this is what separates bourbon from Tennessee whiskey. And like I said, by Tennessee state law, you must do this, as well as make your whiskey in the great state of Tennessee to be classified as such. Here we are at our water source. Now to make a good whiskey, you have to have the right type of water. And this is what we have right here. So first off, the water needs to be nice and cold. And this water is 56 degrees all year round. By the way, that's 13 degrees Celsius. Perfect. So you have to have iron-rich water. Now, something we're blessed with here in the state of Tennessee is limestone. Now, limestone actually filters out iron. So if there was any iron in the water, it helps us remove it. The other thing, though, limestone is going to do, it's going to add minerals to the water, which, by the way, helps out with the flavor and characteristic of your whiskey. Now, we draw the water about 40 yards back in that cave, but y'all, this cave goes back quite a bit further, about a mile and a half. We've explored the cave, but closes off before we see the entire source. So, around here, good Lord bless you with something, you don't question where it comes from. You just take it as it comes. That's right. We obviously know there is a spring because this has never, ever gone dry. This is actually flowing underneath us. We don't use it all. It's flowing underneath us. As we continue down our campus, you're going to see the continuation of the Cave Spring stream because we built our still house on top of it. That statue was placed here in 1941. And that statue we wanted to preserve because his nephew, Lem Motlow, of course, had that made and erected in his uncle's honor. Marble, though, can break, so we put it inside. We made this bronze statue instead. Now, this statue is not his actual life size. Jack stood a little shorter than this. He was about 5'2", and he wore about a size 4 men's boots. So this is not his actual size. They say this one's standing taller, about 5'9", because, well, we wanted to reflect this man's character. Because, well, y'all, he was a little larger than life when it came to his character. Now, around here, he was known as Uncle Jack by a lot of folks. Why? Well, he was the youngest of 10 children. Y'all, he had a lot of nieces and nephews, of course. He never married. He was a bachelor his entire life. Now, what that enabled Mr. Jack Daniel to do was to be very charitable. Now, when this man became one of the wealthiest men in town, he did not hoard his wealth. He shared it willingly, freely. If he found out you were a widow or orphan here, he took care of you. And that's why he gained the honorary title of Captain Jack. Now, he never fought in a war, but because of all that he did for his townfolk, people, well, they respected him. And of course, he was making some of the best tasting whiskey they'd ever tried before, so Captain Jack was a very, very good title for this gentleman. Now, a lot of people, they visit us here, they think, oh, we're gonna find out the secret to what Old Number 7 stands for, why Jack decided to name his whiskey that. I'm very sorry to disappoint, but we have no idea. Jack took that secret to his grave. Some people, though, they believe it had to do with how many times it took Jack to perfect his recipe. Maybe it was 7 times. Others believe 7 had to do with how old he was when he learned how to make whiskey. And then still others, they just have to believe, since Jack was a bachelor, that he had to have 7 girlfriends, one for every single day of the week. He put old in front of it, though. And I know Jack, he was a smart man. He wouldn't have called his girlfriends old. I can just tell you that. Whatever the case is, y'all, Jack, he loved Old Number 7, and we sure do as well. That is our mark of satisfaction, of our perfection, of our doing what we can to make the whiskey the best way we know how, just like Mr. Jack Daniels. That was Mr. Jimmy Bedford's bike. He loved to ride motorcycles. Fortunately, he was our master distiller from 1988 till 2003. Passed away in 2009. Family gave the bike to Jack Daniels Distillery in his honor. So. Alright, we're going to watch a video. We're going to be trying, starting out with Old Number 7, so we're going to go from left to right, the same way you see them up here. Now I do encourage you to do a couple things. Number 1, you want to smell the whiskey, okay? Second, you want to taste the whiskey. That means not shooting it back. You're not going to be able to enjoy it if you do it that way. I mean, you will, but not, actually enjoy the different notes. And then lastly, we provide you water so you can take sips of water to cleanse your palate. Pick up that first one. This one y'all should be familiar with. It's Old Number 7, okay? Go ahead, pick it up, smell it, and sip on it, y'all. Now, last night. Some people this morning because you had the slushy, right? So this whiskey right here is our number 1 seller. This is what Jack perfected. He made Old Number 7 since when he started. He used this grain bill: 80% corn, 12% malted barley, 8% rye. Now this whiskey, what a lot of people enjoy, of course, is a wonderful smooth whiskey. Obviously, we go through the process of mellowing this whiskey so it is a nice whiskey. But some people, of course, will experience some wonderful sweet notes. Caramel, vanilla seems to permeate through the whiskey. Now, how does that happen? Well, it's not something we add to the whiskey. It's something the barrel adds, okay? So when we toast the barrels, which they don't tell me how that's done. I think they're afraid I'm going to tell somebody how it's done because it's proprietary. But when they toast the barrel, it releases sugars. Those sugars translate in your whiskey, permeate as vanilla and caramel. That's why it has those nice sweet notes. And if you've ever wondered why Jack and Coke are so popular, it's because of that. The vanilla that's in the whiskey, those vanilla notes pair so wonderfully with Coca-Cola. But again, like I said, if y'all like it a different way, it ain't wrong. If you like it, some people love this. Ask you try it with some lemonade. Others, of course, we just drink it straight up on the rocks, splash of water. This is America's #1 selling whiskey, and we're able to make it all right here. So we're very proud, and we're very happy and thankful that you all love this whiskey. Now, this whiskey we released in 1997. This whiskey we bottle 1 barrel at a time. So go ahead, pick this up, and try it. So this is going to help you understand that our whiskey has different profiles. We have 3 main profiles. We have a flavorful and balanced, a sweet forward, and a full-bodied and robust. Now, I can't tell you what you just tried because I haven't tried that one, right? Each barrel only yields about 250 to 300 bottles. Once that barrel is gone, it's gone, but don't worry. We're picking these barrels every single day. Now, this whiskey bottle will tell you what barrel you're buying. So when you buy this bottle of whiskey, you're going to see a hand-placed label. This label tells you, well, the date it was bottled, who the master distiller was, but the most important number would be the barrel number. Because obviously, you buy the same barrel number, trying the same whiskey. You buy 2 different barrel numbers, experiencing different whiskey. And when I say experience, that's what this bottle is all about. We're not going to tell you what you're going to taste. We're going to tell you what barrel you got, and then you get to experience and kind of understand really what a taster enjoys, because a taster is going to get to be introduced to those different profiles. Before 1997, the only people who understood the different profiles was our tasters, but now you can do that. Now, those plaques on the wall we talked about, or we saw, those are people who decided a whole barrel or a whole case of whiskey or whatever, however many they bought, wasn't enough. They wanted the whole barrel to themselves. And I told you that's going to set you back a little bit in your pocketbook. It will. Anywhere from 10 to 15 grand is how much it costs to buy your own personal collection of Jack Daniels whiskey. But of course, we're going to brag on it. You see, each bottle would have your name on it. Each box we put it in would have your name on it. And then we're going to put your name on the wall so you have bragging rights when you visit us too. And I'll tell you, that's kind of like a discount plan though, because you save about $14 a bottle, kind of like when you buy a bulk at Sam's Club, right? So, you know, it's a good investment, very wise investment. And you do get to choose which barrel you want. So you get to taste it, try it. It should last you at least for a good year, right? Yeah, I think so.
Well, you haven't seen the parties we go to.
So definitely not a year. Okay, now this next one is going to be a little spicier than the last one. So this, we added some water to the whiskey. We proofed the whiskey to 94 proof. But you might not have recognized that it was, you know, that high proof because it's still such a nice, smooth whiskey. This next one is basically straight from the barrel into the bottle, okay? So, go ahead and pick up your 3rd sample and try it. Now, I'm going to tell you, sip it a couple times. Don't just sip it just once. Let it last a couple times. I promise you can do that with that tiny sample. Because the first time it is going to be spicy. It's going to give you definitely some spiciness, tongue, lips. But when you drink it again, it's going to smooth out. And you're going to get those notes, okay? A lot of people, because this is a higher proof, they get more notes of like a butterscotch. Just depends, of course, again, on the profile of the whiskey. It could be very bold for your palate as well. It is going to be bold because the proof is the proof straight out of the barrel. So when we put our whiskey in the barrel, we put it in at 125. That meets bourbon standards. But as your whiskey matures, it rarely stays the same proof. So this bottle right here, single barrel proof, could be anywhere from 125 to upwards of 138, 139. I will tell you, that's not what you have right there. That one was only 128.3. Okay? So only. So 64.15% alcohol. Some of us have a little nickname for this whiskey. We call it ketchup whiskey. You see, if you are running late to that party, you should have been earlier too. This is the whiskey you'll bring ketchup, right? You're not going to have long, take long. You just a couple sips of this, you'll be right where everybody else is, okay? This next one is single barrel rye. So with all of these 3, we started out with the same grain bill. We just did a little something different at the end. With this, we mixed some married barrels together. These 2 we did not. This one we took the proof to 94 proof. This one we let it be exactly what it is out of the barrel. Now this one would never be a bourbon because it is a rye whiskey. It has 70% rye. It has 12% malted barley, 18% corn. So with this whiskey, you're going to experience different notes. The front should be sweet forward. Then, of course, you're going to experience a little peppery spiciness. Of course, that's what rye gives you. So go ahead, try this one. It smells deliciously sweet. A lot of people might get little hints of banana bread or a soft fruit like an apricot. Just depends on your nose. But beautiful sweetness in the forward. This is delicious if you love making Manhattans or an old fashioned. That is perfect. And that is down to 94 proof.
No face.
So 47% alcohol. Okay, last but definitely not least is a special whiskey. This is something you're gonna probably have a hard time finding if you wanna find it because it was released in fall of 2020. But we had some hidden away and we wanted y'all to try it. Okay, so this is called Tennessee Tasters. Tennessee Tasters, this one was released in fall of 2020, and what we did is we blended with our whiskey, which we don't normally do. We took 20 barrels of Tennessee whiskey, then we took 30 barrels of Tennessee rye, we blended them together. Now this is bottled at 107 proof, so that's 53.5% alcohol. So go ahead and try what both of our different mash bills would taste like blended together. Now the reason I say this is hard to find is number one, it's any Tennessee Tasters or now called Distiller Series you can only find in the state of Tennessee. It's only for the home state. Second, like I said, this came out in 2020. Definitely don't have any here for sale. We do have 2 other Distiller Series though. So if you want something special, you can only find in the state of Tennessee. We do have 2 different ones, okay? But we did something different to those. You're not gonna find this one. If you wanna find this one, you'll have to go to liquor stores outside of our town and look for it, okay? Okay, what'd you think of that one? You like it? Pretty good? Well, just be a little happy. You gotta try something that really isn't available anywhere right now. Okay, now, we do have to move on out because there's gonna be another group that wants to get in here. So, you can take those cups as long as they're empty. I do need the board, the table, the chairs, the barrels, the bottles to stay here, unfortunately. If you want the coaster, you can taste it. And if y'all don't mind, please don't go buy somebody else's and drink their whiskey, okay? I know alcohol kills all germs, but just don't do that for me. Lynn Montlow lived in that house. Well, not that exact house. We rebuilt it. But, yeah, he lived in that house, and then he built this basically in his backyard because Jack was his uncle, of course. And by the way, his wife was a teetotaler. So there's stories that she said you can't have the whiskey coming through a door or a window. So he just might have had it piped into his kitchen. Might have, just maybe. But yeah, that's that house right there. But that's where you also, if you decided you wanted to buy a barrel, that's probably where you'd go taste those barrels. We have some people that'll help you pick out what barrel you want. Yeah. One day I'm going to be one of those folks, hopefully. Yeah.
You said a price range of 10 to 15. What makes the difference if the barrels 10 to 15?
So the angel share, how much you lose. There's going to be some barrels that have more whiskey than others, so more bottles versus others. Also where you live. So don't bring your U-Haul, your pickup truck, and think you're going to ride off into the sunset with a barrel of whiskey. We can't do that because we're a dry county. So you have to go through a distributor where you live. So obviously taxes, shipping, and handling will vary. So that's why I say a variation of 10 to 15.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is Melissa. She gave us our tour today. And so she gave us a wonderful tour and a wonderful tasting. And was very knowledgeable about what we did. So I encourage you to come down, visit the place, do the tour, do the tasting, and ask for Melissa.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Okay, so it's just been pointed out to me, these bottles are actually a portrait of Jack Daniels. So the different colors of the bottles actually is Jack's face. That is crazy. Yes, I see it. That is crazy. Okay.
You don't see it as much like
That is neat. Yeah, someone's got to point it out to you. That is actually neat. Alright, so now we know. That's crazy. So where are you guys from?
We're from Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What brings you up here?
We're
Visiting
visiting my
Liquor.
dad, and my mom, yeah. For
Very
the
cool.
Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend. Check
Yeah.
out the distillery. Just
Yeah.
nice little vacation.
All right, cool. Oh, well, hope you enjoy your time up here.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
All right.
That's all you need, right? Starts, stops, and drives.
Yeah, is that what it says?
Generator converted to
Runs,
alternator.
drives, starts, and stops. No air.
No. Well, you got your air conditioning right down here. So you want the air on, you just dial that in.
I haven't seen a car with vents in it for a while.
It doesn't look like the door closes all the way.
Close
But it
enough.
runs, starts,
Oh
and
my
drives.
gosh, the seats are rotted in the back.
Oh, seaweeds. So the seaweeds have obviously been here. Hi. I've never sat inside. Every time we came, I've always been outside, so this is fun. All right, so we're done here. We've done, I hate to sound like a parrot, but we've tasted. We've tasted whiskey, we've tasted barbecue. And so now we're ready to go back to the hotel. It's been a busy day. We ran around town, did some shopping, bought some bottles that came with free alcohol in them. And so now we're gonna head back to the hotel.
That was whiskey? You told me it was apple cider.
So that'll do it for this portion. We're gonna head back to the hotel. And the rest of it will probably be just us tonight. Just having a good time with our souvenirs. So if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, hand it around to your friends, and now you know a little more about Jack Daniels history and how it came to be and how it is. Just how's it be now. Alright guys, see you next time.
Like, comment,